Hello and welcome to today's Python tutorial. In today's tutorial, we are going to do some challenges for beginners. Please remember, this is for beginners. Now, we have three challenges. Let me show you what they are. So if I run my program, by the way, I'm using replit.com, and these are the challenges, three challenges. The first one is 1000 separator. So you input a number and then it separates them in thousands. I will show you what it means. Second one is to check if a word or even a sentence is a palindrome. That is, you can also read it backwards and it would be the same word again. And the last one is to check if a year is a leap year indeed. So now let's enter to start. So first one, 1000 separator, enter a number. So I'm going to enter a random number like this. And as you can see, it separates them by thousands, like this. Now the second challenge, palindrome, enter a word. Instead of a word which is simple like dad, for example, let's enter a sentence. So for example, let's start it with an uppercase. So was it a cat I saw? Press enter. And yes, it's a palindrome. So if you read it from the end, it is again, was it cat I saw. So it is the same, doesn't matter which direction you read it from. Now the last one, check if it's a leap year or not. So 2000, for example, yes, it is a leap year. Okay, so let's see what these challenges actually are. Okay, so these are the descriptions of the challenges. The first one, 1000 separator. Now let's define a function, and to define a function in Python you just start with def, give it a name like sep for separator, and then here we need a number. So what shall we return? So what we need to do is to return, I say to print something when it's run, and we are going to do this actually using an f string and a number formatter, which is inside these curly brackets. We just say num, that is our number that we just the user inputs, and colons and comma. So this simply formats the number for us. Now let's see how it works. So if I call the function like sep, and let's say like this number, and if I run, you see, this does that. That is super simple, isn't it? So this is the way we can simply format a number in thousands by using curly braces and putting the number inside, and then we mention how. And it normally takes either this one like a comma or an underscore. Underscore would also work, you see, but yeah, for example, if I use, I don't know, like a hyphen, it does not work, you see, so you don't see any hyphens here. So only these two are applicable. And so let me, yeah, so this is how it works. Easy, right? Okay, that was one. Now let's get to another, palindrome. So a string is a palindrome when it is the same when read backwards. So let's check how we should do that. First, we need to know about strings in Python. Let's say we have a string, let's call it A, and A is something like hello. And now how can I reverse the string first of all? So in order to work on strings, so strings are kind of like lists in some ways. So let's say that I want to print the first letter. This is how I do it, right? So we say A, that is our string, and then we should give it the index. Which index do we want to print? Index 0, that is the first one. So if I just made a typo here. If I print this out, we should see H here, you see? Now what if I want to say print from 0, index 0 up to, but not including, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. Up to 3, but not including 3. So let's see. This is the way you do it with colon. Now it should give me HEL. You see? That is 0, 1, 2, up to but not including 3. Now what if I want every second number that is starting from 0 up to this one, give me every second one. That is, first give me H, and skip one, give me the second one. So this is for skipping, for steps actually. So if I print this, it should give me H and L. Let's see. You see? H and L. Now, because I've started from 0, I don't even need to mention 0. So if I just leave it out like this, it is already clear that it starts from 0. What if I also leave this one blank? It means also nothing, right? That is from 0, from the first position to the end, whatever length it has. And then skip every second one. So if I run this, it should give me HLO. You see, H goes 2, L, then goes 2 again, and give me O. Now, the interesting part is, if I use 1, it means go all the way and choose one by one, right? So it should give me hello, the word hello. What if I just choose -1? This time it would start from the end and goes backward. So let's see. You see? It starts from O-L-L-E-H. So now I know how to reverse a string. Just like that. Now that I've reversed the string, let's we should compare it, right? We should compare it with the original string, and if they are the same, that is the reverse and this one are the same, then it's a palindrome. So if A is equal to, let's say if A is equal to A, yeah, just do whatever we did now. If A is equal to this, to its reverse string, then it should print, let's say, yay, for example. Else it should print nay. And let's get rid of this as well. Okay, now let's see. It said nay, of course, because the reverse of hello was not the same. What if I just put something else, like I don't know, like who, whatever it is, then it's yay, because the reverse of who is the same. Cool, now we know how to check for one word palindromes. But what if it's a uppercase H? Is it still the same? No, nay, it's not the same. That is why we need to turn this into lowercase letter, whatever the user inputs. So let's just say the user inputs something like input, enter a word, and we should turn it into lowercase so that they can be compared. Now if I run the program, enter a word, let's say dad, yay. Let's run the program again, and even this time with a uppercase D, still works. Cool. But this is only for the word. What if there is a sentence? So for example, what if I just say D-A-A-D? This is basically a palindrome, right? But there is a space here. So this gives me A again because there is only one. But if I change it, for example, into was it, I was, or something else actually. Oh, yeah, something like that. Or no, yeah, was. Yeah, let's just choose something that makes sense. So was it? Yeah, was it I saw? It was it I saw. Yeah, this is also a palindrome. But if I press enter, it says no, it's not, because you can see this is counts as t, for example. So we need to turn this all into one word, let's say, and then compare it. So we should ignore these spaces. Now, how can we ignore these spaces? Now, let me get rid of... No, actually, let's keep this for now. So to do that, we need to replace the spaces with nothing. So let me show you what I mean. So this input that we get from our user, let's say it includes spaces. How can we get rid of those? So let's create another variable. Let's say AR, for example, for replaced. And we need to replace, so a dot replace whatever is in A. We need to replace the space with, or the other way around actually. Yeah, so if there is a space like this, it should be replaced by nothing. That is, I want them to stick together, all of them. I want to remove all the spaces. And now here, because now we have, so we say AR, that is reverse. If that includes its reverse variation, print yay. Now let's see what happens. So enter a word. So was it I saw? No, again, was it I saw? It should be AR dot replace oh yeah, this is a stupid mistake. Yeah, actually, yeah, and so we are going to replace this with this. Yeah, that is why. Now let's run it again. And was it I saw? And yes, this is a palindrome now. So let's print AR to see what it is. So if I print AR, actually I should see, so was it I saw? You see? Now it is all in one word. Was it I saw? Now it's much easier to compare this with its reverse. Okay, so that was the palindrome thing. Now let's get to the last one, which is our leap year. So in the Gregorian calendar, 3 conditions are used to identify leap years. The year can be evenly divided by 4 is a leap year. So if the year can be evenly divided by 4, that is, there is no remainder. Unless the year can be evenly divided by 100, it is not a leap year. The year is also evenly divisible by 400, then it is a leap year. Okay. So first of all, the most important part is that it should be divided by 4, right? It should be evenly divided by 4. How can we check that? Let's define a function and call it like leap, and let's give it a parameter year. And then if the year, the remainder of the year, if we divide it by 4, is 0, if it means that there is no remainder, that is, if it is evenly divided by 4. And 2 more conditions. So either this one should be the case or this one, that is, if it is not evenly divided by 100. So let's say if and year by 100 is not actually does not have a remainder, or now year, if we divide it by 400, doesn't have a remainder. Sorry, yeah. So this is how it works. Let's see. Let me expand it a bit. Yeah. So if we divide our year by 4, it should not have a remainder. The remainder is 0. And either of these should also be true besides this one. Either if we divide the year by 100, it should not have a remainder. I mean, it should have a remainder, that is, the remainder should not be 0, so it should have some remainder like 2, 4, whatever. Or if we divide a year by 400, the remainder should be 0, that is, it should not have a remainder. So if this is the case, then we can print it is a leap year. Else print it is not a leap year. Yeah, it is not a leap year. Okay, so how we get the year now? So let's just make a variable here, year, and then the year would be input, and enter a year, and then year, and then let's call the function leap year. But there is one issue, which is what we get from an input in Python is a string, and strings cannot be divided, so we need to turn this into an integer, and this should work actually. Now let's see. Enter a year. So 2000 was indeed a leap year, so let me do this. Okay, so 2000, it is a leap year, good. How about 1984? It is a leap year, yes, and 1982 was not a leap year, so it is not a leap year. Cool, so this works. And what about 2020? It was a leap year, yeah. Okay, now you've seen we've solved 3 challenges. Very nice. Thank you so much for watching and listening.